Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a Q&A. I have done one of these on my channel in the past. It was about a year ago now, so I'll have that linked down below if you're interested in watching that one as well. I asked you guys on my social media pages if you had any questions for me, so if you're not already following me, I always have my links in the description box. So if you would like to get to know me a little bit better, then just keep on watching. So the first questions are from The Script Life, and the first thing she asks is, what has been the most challenging thing for you in 2018? I'm not gonna lie, 2018 has been a bit of a bumpy road so far. I am back at university, which means that I don't have a job this year, and that has definitely been a struggle, but actually what's been more of a struggle is Evie's weight. If you don't know, Evie is my cat. She is 5 years old, turning 6 later this year, and over the last, I'd say definitely the last year, but probably the last 2 years, she's just been getting fatter and fatter, and I've been cutting her food back and back and back, and I'm at the point now where I can't feed her any less, and she's just still getting bigger. So I've kind of like had it on my mind for the last 6 months or so that she's probably being fed by the neighbours. At Christmas time I figured out which neighbour I thought it was, so I was going to go over there and just have a chat to them and ask them to stop feeding her, and then I just chickened out. And then I wanted to go again the other day, and I asked Jonathan if he would come with me, and he didn't want to go, and no one really wanted to come with me, and I didn't want to go by myself. So we've ended up, just in the last couple of days, we've attached a little note to her collar that just says, "Please don't feed me." So we'll see if that works, and if that doesn't work, I am going to have to go and talk to the neighbours. So yeah, that has been the most challenging part of this year so far. And The Script Life also asks, who are your favourite YouTubers at the moment? I'm not going to talk about beauty YouTubers because I think you guys like already know the main beauty YouTubers and who I watch, but I thought I'd share some other channels with you that I have found recently and I've been just loving. So the first one is Hermione Chantal. She's a British YouTuber with like a DIY crafts channel, and even though I love DIY crafts, I try not to watch the videos too much because I always want to make the things and then I like end up wasting money and wasting space because it's something that I don't need, and then I just have it lying around. So I don't tend to watch DIY craft videos very often, but she has bought a house and it's like a doer-upper, and she's showing the transformation. Like when she bought it, there was like graffiti on the walls. The staircase railway, you could literally wiggle it like this, and it was just crazy. So she's been doing it up and she's showing the progression. She's still doing it, so if you're interested in that kind of thing, if you like watching those types of videos, then go and check her out. So I've just been absolutely loving that series, and she seems like such a lovely person as well. Another channel I found recently is called Mr. London. Again, he's another British YouTuber. He does like fitness videos, but then he also does chatty videos, and I really like both. He just has such a respectful outlook on everything. Like he's done videos like Dear Insecure Girls, where he talks about why you shouldn't be insecure and people should love you as you are. I just find that his channel is very uplifting and the things that he says are very positive, and I just think if you've got insecurities or you're like not feeling confident in yourself, it's a really good channel to just go and watch a couple of his chatty videos, and they should make you feel pretty good about yourself. And the other non-beauty channel that I want to mention is not a recent one that I found. I've been following him for almost a year now, but it's Eric Conover. He has a travel vlogging kind of channel, and if you want a bit of inspiration for where you should travel to next, I would definitely recommend checking out his channel because whew, like the quality of his videos is just so on point, and he goes to amazing places, and I mean I get so jealous watching his videos because I'm like, oh, I want to go there, I want to go everywhere. So if you're looking for a bit of travel inspo, that is definitely the channel for you. I do want to shout out one beauty channel, and that is Anna Elaine. She is like a New Zealand Australian YouTuber. I think she's from New Zealand originally, but she's living in Australia at the moment. She is a beauty channel, so you possibly already know about her, but her videos are so informative, so well educated. She's so well spoken, and she kind of bases her channel around fair skin. So she has fair skin, and obviously it can be a bit of a struggle with really fair skin to find makeup that works for you. So her channel is all about trying to find the best fair skin friendly makeup products. The next question is from Bronnie M. I love the name, and she asks, is your tattoo a tribute to a favourite cat? If you haven't seen my tattoo, I have a tattoo of a paw print just on my shoulder here. To answer the question very simply, it's not a tribute to a favourite cat. The meaning behind the tattoo has kind of changed since I got it. When I first got the tattoo, it was like a tribute to dogs in general. I loved dogs. I still love dogs. but at the time it was definitely for dogs and not a specific dog. I did have a dog when I got the tattoo, I don't anymore, but it wasn't for my dog, it was just dogs in general, just because I love them. Since getting the tattoo, I got my cat, and then I felt a little bit guilty because I was like, I've got this tattoo that represents dogs and now I have a cat, so the meaning has just changed. It now includes dogs and cats for me. I used to be really scared of cats, but since getting my cat, obviously I'm not anymore. So the tattoo doesn't represent any one animal or even any one species of animal, it just represents my general love for dogs and cats, and animals in general I suppose, but like specifically dogs and cats. The next question is from Ellie, and she asks, what's your favourite song at the moment and what's been the most memorable experience in 2018 so far? I don't really have a favourite song, I don't listen to popular music like at all. In my car at the moment I've got a couple of Disturbed CDs, I've got a couple of new Leprous CDs. I'm really loving Leprous and Haken. They're like progressive rock metal-ish kind of bands. I should say the CDs aren't new, they're just new to me, I just got them. What else is in my car? I think I might have an Avenged Sevenfold CD in my car as well at the moment. Honestly, I am not inspired by music very much at the moment. I'm hoping I will be by the new Leprous and Haken CDs because I haven't listened to them yet, but I am in a bit of a music rut. And what's been my most memorable experience in 2018? Probably my trip to Taupo with Jonathan. We went in January. We do tend to go every summer because Jonathan's family has a batch down there, but we had a really nice time while we were there. And we went to Hamilton Gardens on our way back up, and I've never been to Hamilton Gardens before. I've been wanting to go for ages, and they are beautiful. Definitely worth a trip if you're in the area. Right, so Jonathan has asked a question on Facebook saying, I'm popping down to the shops, want me to get anything? Yes, please, could you buy me some chocolate? That would be awesome. And then Stephen also has a question on Facebook saying, Jonathan is popping down to the shops, do you want me to tell him to get you anything? Again, I'd love some chocolate. Jess McAllister asks, what is your favourite makeup item you own? This probably won't come as a surprise if you've been watching my channel for a while, but I'm gonna have to say the Clinique Matte Pop lipsticks. I have 5 of these. I'm wearing one of them today. This is not the one that I'm wearing, but this is my most worn one. This is in the shade 01 Blushing Pop. It's just a perfect nude shade and it goes with everything and I love it, and I wear it pretty much every single day. And the formula of these is absolutely insane. Like, they look matte, they don't feel matte, they feel super comfortable, but they look amazing. It doesn't emphasize dryness. I don't know how they did it. While we're on the topic of makeup, the next question is, what's your favourite highlighter? This kind of changes all the time, but at the moment my favourite highlighter is the XO Beauty highlighter in the shade Aurora. Hopefully you can see I've started making a little bit of a dip in this product. That's how much I've been using it. This has been in my everyday makeup drawer for April and I've just been using it every single day and I really go ham. The reason I love this though is because you can have like a really natural looking highlight, or you can build it up and get a bit more bang for your buck. So yeah, I think Shannon did a great job with these and I am loving it. The next question is, how's Evie doing? And obviously I touched on this already. She is a little bit bigger than she needs to be at the moment. But aside from that, I actually just got back from the vet. So last week she must have got her tummy caught on something because she had like a bit of a cut on her tummy, but it was quite deep and it had blood all around it. So I took her to the vets as soon as I saw that, and this was last week, so just a few days ago really, and the vet gave her some stitches, like cleaned it up and gave her some anti-inflammatory painkillers, whatever, and we were back again this morning to get the stitches removed. So yeah, we're having a bit of a fun time with Evie at the moment. She is okay. She wasn't worried about the stitches at all. Like, obviously she hates being at the vets and she hates going to the vets, but the stitches didn't bother her while they were in. She wasn't like scratching them or licking them or anything. She just didn't care. So she's a pretty relaxed cat. She is fine, honestly, but she's just been causing us a couple of dramas. The next question says, you were born in New Zealand, but your family is from Ukraine, right? How did your family end up in New Zealand? My family's not from Ukraine. We did live in Ukraine for 5 years, but we're not from there. My parents were both born in England. They both came to New Zealand separately. Like, my mum came as a kid, my dad came as an adult, but then they met in New Zealand. So I was born in New Zealand. We ended up in Ukraine though because my dad has a travel bug. He loves traveling, and obviously New Zealand is quite isolated, so it's very expensive and it takes a really long time to travel anywhere from here. So my dad wanted to live in a country where it was just like easier to travel places and just like experience another culture. So he got a job teaching in an international school in Ukraine, and obviously my mum and I went with him. I was 5 years old at the time. We came back to New Zealand when I was 10. The contracts were for 2 years at a time, so we stayed for 2 years and we were going to come back, and then they just renewed the contract for another 2 years and then another 2 years. But the reason we came back, and we came back in the middle of that contract, was because my dad got really sick and my mum got really sick in the same year. My dad ended up being okay. He got his treatment in Ukraine, but my mum had to get her treatment in, I don't know how to put it exactly, but just like a wealthier country, I suppose. At the time, it wasn't really safe for her to get the treatment she needed in a country like Ukraine. So that is why we came back to New Zealand. If it hadn't been for the health problems, we probably would have stayed longer. But yeah, that is how we ended up in Ukraine and then back in New Zealand. And the last question is, how's life in New Zealand? Is it different from other countries? Right, so I have lived obviously in Ukraine, like I just said. I also stayed in Germany on an exchange trip for 2 months. And I also lived in England for a few months, but that was like when I was 4, so I can't really remember that. So I can't compare New Zealand to many other countries, but I guess I can like have a guess at what's different here from other countries. I think one of the main differences in New Zealand is the weather and our climate. We don't have a lot of like climate variation compared to a lot of other countries. So when we lived in Ukraine, it was like super hot in summer. It was like, you know, 30+ degrees, and then in winter it was like -20 to -30 degrees Celsius, which is like super hot for summer and super cold for winter. New Zealand is kind of just like in the middle. It's temperate and it doesn't vary too much. We don't get snow here, so in winter it doesn't generally go below 0, and then in summer it's like, you know, 20 to 25. In saying that though, one of the most famous things about New Zealand weather is that you can get all 4 seasons in one day. So it can be sunny in the morning, beautiful blue skies, and then it can be pouring with rain at lunchtime. And that's exactly what we've had for the last week or so. Every morning I've gotten up and it's been beautiful weather, so I put on a nice like dress or whatever, and then within an hour or two it's freezing cold, it's pouring with rain, and it's like, what do you do? How do you even dress for that? So yeah, our weather is a little bit interesting. And he asked because it said it's a good country in terms of economy. New Zealand economy. The economy of New Zealand is the 53rd largest national economy in the world measured by nominal gross domestic product, and 68th largest in the world measured by purchasing power parity. I don't know what that means. I can tell you that the house prices in Auckland are super expensive, and apparently that is now extending to Tauranga. I don't know why Tauranga, but there you go. And that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and got to know a little bit more about me. If you are new here, I would love it if you'd subscribe. I upload a new video every single week. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and I will see you next time. Bye!